Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Yenakshara Samamnyayam Yenaksharasamamnayam adhigamya maheshwarat kritsnam vyakaranam proktam tasmai paninaye namaha vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim paninim sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Vagarthaviva Samprikto Vagarthah Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namaste everyone. So this week we're wrapping up our Vibhakti Arthaha. So this is why this has been the warm up for a few weeks now. Is just we want to make sure we're reviewing what we've been learning. So as I say that, let's look at our Rama Shabda. We can chant together. Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman. Third case, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi. Fourth case, Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyaha, Ramat, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyaha. Sixth case, Ramasya, Ramayoho, Ramanam. Seventh case, Rame, Ramayoho, Rameshu. Then, He Rama, He Ramo, He Ramaha. So let's do the same thing. This is now it says Veda at the top. So this is in the workbook, but we don't need to open the workbook. We're just going to chant it together. So Veda. Okay, so first case, Vedaha, Vedo, Vedaha. Second case, Vedam, Vedo, Vedan. Third case, Vedena, Vedabhyam, Vedaihi. Fourth case, Vedaya, Vedabhyam, Vedebhyaha. Fifth case, Vedat, Vedabhyam, Vedebhyaha. Sixth case, Vedasya, Vedayoho, Vedanam. Seventh case, Vede, Vedayoho, Vedeshu. Then Sambodhana, He Veda, He Vedo, He Vedaha. So it's a little bit more tricky because we've been chanting Rama Shabda, but this is good practice just to memorize. So if you got it, then smile. If you didn't get it, then smile. It's okay as well. We're gonna keep practicing this. It'll come. But it's just a good little test of how much we're kind of assimilating that Rama Shabda. But I see a lot of smiling faces, so that's good. You know, you can take any of these words. These are all in our Rama Shabda page. So Rama Shabda is on page 89 of the book, right? So you can always have that up. All right. Okay, so let's close that. Now, last class, actually, before we get to last class, there was a question about the sixth case. There's a sixth case homework question, so I'm going to address that, and we'll do that question of the sixth case, and then we'll look at the seventh case. I'm going to use a different software, so let me know if anything you can't see or if anything is not clear while I'm doing this, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing here. I'm going to have this open. Okay, so the question here, as you see on the top, Akashyasya gunaha shabdaha vartate. So this is number 1 in your homework, in your 6th case homework. 6th case homework is on page 175 in the back of the book 1, page 175, 6th case, and this is number 1. Okay, so this is a very particular sentence. Does anybody know where this sentence kind of, what text does this remind you of? Where do you think this is located? You can let me know in the chat. Okay, as we look at this sentence, we see these 4 words. So I see some Gita or Tattvaboda. Those are both great guesses, because usually the sentences come from Gita or Tattvaboda. So you can always be safe. Usually just say Gita, or you can say Mahabharata. Everything is Mahabharata. So you'll get away with that. This is from Tattvaboda. So Tattvaboda, so this is outside of that context, this might not make much sense, but if you just remember the Tattvaboda context here, okay? So Akashyasya gunaha shabdaha vartate. So we're going to look at the verb vartate. Okay, so this is vrit dhatu 1a, and vrit dhatu is also to be. So this is just like asti, bhavati, vartate. It's all the same thing, essentially. So vrit dhatu. Ting pratyaya, this is, you see that te, so this is pratama purushaha, ekavachana, third one. Okay, so it means is, okay? Now here we have, now we usually look for the 1-1. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me do it. It's going to keep doing that for me, huh? Okay, let me do this. Okay, because it's too high up. That's why that's happening. So we have, you see this word is third one. And now we have 2 1-1s. We have this one. And we have this one. Okay, so you have 2 words that are both 1-1. So when that happens, the relationship is usually, it's either an adjective or substantive. So for example, brown cow. If I want to say brown cow, then both of those words are referring to one and the same object, right? So I can put them in the same case. Or I can say the cow is brown. The cow is brown. Now, if I do it that way, it's still, they're both referring to the same object. So I can refer in the same case. Here, the relationship is like that second relationship. I'm going to say, Shabda is the guna, or guna is the Shabda. But here, let's say Shabda is the gunaha. Shabda, sound, is the quality. Okay, so let's go Shabdaha. Pratipadika. Shabda, Akaranta, masculine. Suprata, this is 1-1. And Vartate, oh, I didn't even finish this. This is Lat. Kartari, third one. So this is Kartari Prayoga. So this is going to be Kartari Prathama. Tu vartate. All right. So, shabdasya gunaha. So then you have gunaha. This is guna shabda. Akaranta pullingaha. And this is going to also be 1-1. Kartari pratama to vartate. Okay? So now we have the shabda. Shabda means sound. Okay? The sound is the guna. Guna means quality. Sound is the quality of what? Akashasya. Okay? So we just take akashasya. Let me know if my handwriting is not very good, because now I have no excuse. I have a very good writing instrument now. So if it's not good, it's because of my own, I'm just not paying attention as much. Okay, akashasya, pratipadikam is akasha. This is akaranta pullinga. This is sya. You see that sya like ramasya. So you get that 6-1 feeling. Now, there's no karaka, but we usually say, we can say sambandhe shashti or nirdharane shashti. I'm going to say sambandhe shashti because it's not among the akasha, it's of the akasha, right? So we're going to say sambandha shashti. And this is to the word gunaha. Okay, so sorry, I'm going too fast. Sambandha shashti to gunaha. So then the whole sentence would be like this. Sound, shabda, sound, vartate is the guna quality, akashasya, of akasha, space. Sound is the quality of space in Tattvaboda, okay? In the Vedas. Sound is the quality of space. All right, any questions there, or was that too fast? Let me know in the chat. Okay, it's clear. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to stop sharing here. So now we're going to go back to the seventh case. Okay, now in the seventh case, we saw two things. So seventh case, this is page 85, 84, 85. Seventh case it conveys the adhikaranam. Adhikaranam is one of our 6 karakas. Okay, so there's 6 karakas. Last of the 6 is adhikaranam. It means a locus or location of the action, or it technically is the agent or object of action. Right? Adhikarane saptami. We also see sati saptami. Now the first example, right? When there is A, etc. And then the second is when A is B. I think it would be better if it says when A is B. That'll be a little bit more smooth. The second example, look, it says putre pushte sati. When the son, putra, is pushta, then devadattaha tushtaha bhavati. Devadatta bhavati is tushtaha, happy. Because this is a little bit more slightly complex section. So let's do a little bit more sati saptami practice. Thumbs up if you want to do that, or thumbs down if you want to continue and move on. Okay, so I see some neutral. All right, thumbs up. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's do. Yeah, so there's a question in the chat. In that sentence before, the 6 case sentence, there's two kartari prathamas. They're both referring to the same object. So they're both kartari prathama. It's like the brown cow goes. Brown goes, and also the cow goes, right? They're both the karta in some way. Okay. Let's do example. So if you look at the back of the book again, this is page 176. Let's do number. Let's do number that dehe pushte, that's number 7. That's a difficult one. The people who have sent their homework, it needs to be slightly edited. So that's why let's do that one. Okay, so you see this. I did some of it to speed us up because it's a little bit of a longer sentence, but it's similar to the one in the example that we had there. So you see kind of two kind of phrases, two clauses. One, I put a comma between them. Dehe pushte aham pushtaha. Dehe nashte aham nashtaha. So they're kind of like two different phrases. We could. So I put tingantam. You don't see any verb here. To make this easier, I'm going to add the word bhavati. If I'm allowed to. Okay, bhavati. And I'm going to add the verb bhavati here as well. You can add one and it'll stand for both, but I'm just adding two here just to make it more clear. So I'm going to put the tinganta padam is bhavati. Dhatuhu bhu dhatu. 1p to be. This is something to memorize, to know. Bhu is always very common. Ting pratyaya, this is, sorry, let me do the whole thing. Let me not take a shortcut. This is lat lakaraha. This is kartari prayogaha. This is pratama purusha ekavachanam, third one. Okay, so bhavati, now I have, so you see, so I'm going to go for this first phrase first. So we saw bhavati, now we're going to look at this word pushtaha. Okay, so pushtaha bhavati. So we see that 1-1 there. So pushtaha bhavati. Pushtaha is pushta akaranta punlinga. 1-1. Kartari pratama 2 bhavati. Now this means nourished. Now the word next to it, you see the word aham. Who is aham? I am aham, right? Aham. Aham. Aham is actually from the Pratipadika asmad. Now, that's something that's just a little bit peculiar, that asmad becomes aham. It's not a vowel ending, so it's not like Rama Shabda. So that's why it's something just to be just noted here. Aham is asmad Shabda, but this comes so often that it's worth knowing. Right? You see it a lot in the Gita, Tattva, places like that. Right? Aham is 1-1 of asmad Shabda. And this is also kartari pratama to bhavati. So just like our 6-case example, this is kind of a similar type. So it says, aham pushtaha bhavati. I, aham, bhavati, am pushtaha, nourished. I am nourished. I am nourished. So that's so far what we have. Then it says, Dehe pushte, right? Then you see this phrase, Dehe pushte aham pushtaha bhavati. So we're going to look at this part now. Dehe pushte. Okay, because we're going right to left, I just took pushte first, but you can take dehe first. Either one is fine. Okay, so I took pushte. Pushta is akaranta punlingaha. How? What is the supratya with their hands? How many fingers? Yeah, so 7 fingers. So this is 7-1, just like the word rame. Now, okay, let's hypothetically say it's adhikarane saptami. Let's see what it would mean. If I say adhikarane saptami is I am nourished in the nourishment. Pushta means nourished. So in the nourished, I am nourished. Does that make much sense? I mean, in Vedanta, we can make anything make sense, but but no, it doesn't make sense. So we're going to take Sati Saptami. Okay? Sati Saptami. We're going to take Sati. So notice how we don't see the word Sati here. We don't see Dehe Pushte Sati, but you can supply it for your own understanding. Now this is kind of the same thing here. I'm gonna copy and paste all this here. Dehe is Deha, Akaranta Punlinga, 7-1, and is Sati Saptami. Now notice how we have 2 Sati Saptamis. Now this is in the example, it's given when A is B. When A is B, then something happens. So let's look at it. When Deha is Pushta, when Deha is nourished, then aham pushtaha bhavati. When the body is nourished, I am nourished. Right? There's some identification going on. Aviveka. When the body is nourished, I am nourished. Sense of I, right? When the body is nourished, I am nourished. So there's a question here. Why is aham 1-1? Shouldn't be like ramam 2-2. It's because when you're looking at a word, you have to look at the last ending letter and what gender. Here it's not akaranta. It's not ending with a. So it's going to decline differently than Rama. Rama ends with a, so it's going to decline differently than asmad. Okay, which is it's a consonant ending word. So that's why it's going to decline a little bit differently. Aham is 1-1. It's not like Rama. Okay. Now, just to save some time, I'm not going to do the rest. Let's just look at the rest on the top here. Aham nashtaha bhavati. It's the same kind of format. I'll take the question in a moment. I'll just finish this and then I'll come back, yeah? Okay, so aham nashtaha bhavati. In the second, you see this? Oh, let's do this. Okay, let's look at this part of the sentence. Aham nashtaha bhavati. I, aham bhavati, am nashtaha, destroyed. These are all 1-1. Aham nashtaha bhavati, I am destroyed. Dehe nashte sati. we can add a sati there. So when the body is destroyed, I am destroyed. When the body is nourished, I am nourished. When the body is destroyed, I am destroyed. Kimtu tattvamasi, you are immortal Ishvara. You are not that body which is nourished and destroyed. But, right, this is how this Sati Saptami works. Okay, any questions here? Har Prasad ji, you want to unmute your, and you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Is it okay in place of bhavati, I can substitute asti?
Correct, yeah. Or,
Okay.
yep, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Then let's say if I keep bhavati, aham prushtaha bhavati. Aham, is it not uttama purusha?
Aham is a noun. Oh, sorry. Yeah, correct. That is correct. So this is wrong. You are correct. So let's correct this. So it shouldn't be bhavati because the
Bhavami.
bhavami, correct.
Yeah.
So that is
Thank
a
you.
mistake. Thank you for catching that. So it should be bhavami. Let's erase this here too. It should be bhavami because the karta is aham. Yeah, exactly. So that's perfect. So bhavami, we're going to change this to first one. Uttama Purusha. Yeah, let's fix this here. Okay, so notice that correction. If we're going to supply a verb, we're going to supply bhavami because the karta is aham. Yeah, so thank you, Harprasad.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions with this when A is B kind of format? So when A is B, then something happens. When the body is nourished, I am nourished. When the body is destroyed, I am destroyed. Any other questions with Sati Saptami? There's also this sentence here, but maybe we can move forward. Does anybody have any preferences? So just quickly, we'll look at 6. We won't do this whole sentence, but I'll just quickly kind of go through it. You see this? Devadattaha tushyati. Devadatta is nourished. Devadatta is nourished or is happy. Oh, sorry, tushyati. I am not alert today. Sorry. I'm thinking pushyati is happy, or we can say, yeah, happy is a good one. Devadattaha is happy when putrayoho satoho, when the two sons are there. When the two sons are there, Devadatta is happy. Putrayoho satoho, it's 7-2. So when the two sons are there, Devadatta tushyati, Devadatta is happy, is joyful. Putrayoho satoho. So notice how this is 7-2. So the Sati Saptami will also get declined in matching format. So it's satoho instead of sati. So it doesn't look exactly like sati, but it's satoho. Is the vakyam correct without satoho also? There's the question. Yes, it is correct also. So let's say I removed this satoho. I can still have the same sentence as is. Putra yoho devadattaha tushyati. Now, that works perfectly. We can still translate it the same way. When the two sons are there, Devadatta is happy. But now it's a little bit more ambiguous without the satoho. So I can also now say maybe it's adhikarane saptami. When Devadatta is happy in the son's heart, in the son's two sons. Yeah. So it's a little bit more ambiguous. Satoho gets rid of the ambiguity, but it can also be erased, and that's still grammatically correct. Okay, let's do this. So now I just wanted to kind of continue to wrap up our Vibhakti Artha. So this is page 86 of the book, an overview. Prathama Vibhakti, we always want to remember there's always Karaka Vibhakti and non-Karaka Vibhakti. So in Prathama Vibhakti, we've Kartari Prathama in Kartari Prayoga. Then we have Karmani Prathama, the first case in the sense of object in Karmani Prayoga. Okay, so they always match up. Active voice, passive voice. If you have a question during any of this, please let me know in the chat and I can address it while we're doing this real time. Non-Karaka Vibhakti is Sambodhana. Sambodhana is calling out, like Hey Rama, O Rama, Hey Deva, O Deva, Hey Shiva, O Shiva. You're calling out. That's Sambodhana. In our second case, Ditiya Vibhakti, our Karaka that's connected to is Karma, object. So second case in the sense of object is Karmani Dutiya when we're in active voice, Kartari Prayoga. Okay, it has to say active voice because in passive voice, the karma is in first case. Non-Karaka Vibhakti is when it's connected to Prati, Anu, Antarena, etc. Right? When all of the word is connected to these few things, then you get the second case. The third case, Tritiya Vibhakti, again, Karaka Vibhakti and non-Karaka Vibhakti. The Karaka Vibhakti, we see the Karaka of Karanam is usually our main thing we see first. So Karanam is the instrument of action. So Hastena Devadattaha Kadyate. Devadattaha Odanam Kadyate. So Devadatta, Kadati, let's say Kadati. Devadatta Odanam Kadati. Devadatta eats the food with what? Hastena, with the hand. So that's the Karanam, instrument. Now, when it's in Karmani Prayoga, the third case is in the sense of Karta, agent, doer of action. Okay? So, the doer of action can be first case in active voice or it can be third case in passive voice. So now that we have this big overview, we can look at the relationship between all of these things. You see non-Karaka Vibhakti, Heto Tritiya and Itambute Tritiya. Heto means reason. Itambute is in the form of something. And we see that Saha Tritiya, along with. When you see Saha in the sentence, any word connected with Saha will get the third case. So, Ramena Saha Lakshmanaha Gacchati. Along with Rama, Lakshmana goes. Okay, we'll wrap up here. We'll continue with this overview in our next class. And we'll also start our next, which is Sarva Shabda. Okay, so there's no, the homework right now, oh, there's no homework right now, yeah. If there's any homework, I'll let you know in the email. But I don't think there'll be any homework, okay? Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Okay, so I'm here for any questions, but I'm just going to turn off my video.